This little video is on the proper use of a floor jack and safety stands or support stands. Now, right off the bat with support stands, what I want to point out is as I pull it up, the little catch falls into place. Now if I bring this up, that falls down. If you ever bring this up, make sure your finger's not in here because that's going to get pinched when that falls down. Always carry it by the handle, never by that. Alright, so carry it by the handle. When you take them over, you'll need two because you're going to put one on each side of the vehicle to support it when it's up in the air. Now when it comes to a floor jack, there's some basics here I want to make sure you know about. This part here is called the spoon. It rotates. That's what's going to support the vehicle when you're raising it. Now to make that spoon move upwards, we first have to turn the jack handle all the way clockwise till it's tight. Then when you pump it up, the spoon moves up. If we want to make the spoon go down, turn the jack handle counterclockwise slowly. Never just like that. Because if there was weight of the vehicle on there, it would also come down very quickly and could do damage. So very slowly turn counterclockwise to make that spoon move back down. Now, when it comes to knowing where to put the jack under the vehicle, basically underneath the vehicle there's a cross member that's made to support the weight, and you want to put the spoon under the center just like I did here on this. So if I look at this vehicle, I got it under the center of the license plate. Alright, so it's under the center, but I also want to make sure that spoon is sitting in the right spot. So there's a side view of the cross member, and I got the spoon basically underneath of it. If I have the spoon sitting too far to one edge or the other edge, the risk is that the vehicle could fall off the jack and do major damage to the vehicle. So you got to make sure the spoon is centered side to side and front and back. So I've already got it there. It's in place. I'm going to turn the jack handle all the way clockwise, and then you just got to pump it up carefully and safely. Alright, making sure no one's around the vehicle. So let me just speed things up here. Alright, we're just taking this up to take the wheels off the ground for what we have to do. So notice how it went up nice and even. It's not at an angle. Went up nice and evenly. And I'll show you how it looks under there. Okay, you see where it's sitting. Now, I never want you working on a vehicle up in the air, off the ground, unless it has the support stands underneath. Okay, otherwise there's always the chance that jack could fail and then suddenly the vehicle would fall. I don't want anyone near this thing without these underneath. When you put these under the vehicle, I do not want you to stick any part of your body underneath except for your hand, like this. Alright? I don't have any other part of my body underneath, only my hand and a bit of my arm. Okay, so if something failed, yes, my hand would get hurt, but it's better my hand get hurt than me being underneath, or in all reality, you being underneath, because I don't want you getting hurt. Now, where do we put these? Right? Normally, you put them along this metal ridge. It goes all the way along the back to the back of the vehicle, because that is the same ridge you put your little jack if you were doing changing a flat tire on the vehicle. Sometimes we also make use of this spot under here. That's a big support member for the engine. That's called the cradle. And sometimes we also use this cross member going back this way. That's a structural member of the vehicle itself. So this is in good shape here, so we can use this. And here's the other point. I'm going to have to bring this up a little bit. I brought it up 2 notches there. So when I do the other side, I got to make sure it's in the same spot. Now, how far back do I put it? Do I go way back here? Do I go way up here? Alright, you're going to bring it back a little ways. Because here's what's going to happen. When you let this vehicle down, when you let it down, the vehicle is going to move backwards a little bit as it goes down. So we want it so as the vehicle comes down and drifts back, we don't want it to end up where the little support stand is just at the edge like this. That's because there's always the risk it could fall off. We want it more like this. So there's lots of extra safety factor here. Okay? So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to make sure that this, alright, we got lots of extra up here. Alright. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. So we grab our safety stand by the handle, carry it by the handle. I guess I already have one here. Now we got to make sure it's at the same height as the other side. I'm going to put as little of my body underneath as possible. There, 2 notches. That's what it was on the other side. I'm going to put it under there where I said under that steel member, and same distance back as the other side. Alright. Okay, so I got it where I want it. I'm going to tell everyone, alright, move away because I'm going to let it down. You're going to make sure there's no one around the vehicle. Alright. And when you lower this, you're going to use both hands. I have to use one hand right now to hold the camera, but you're going to use both hands, and when you turn it counterclockwise, very slowly, okay? So I'm going to try to do it with one hand here instead. Nice and slow. There will be a spot where it suddenly gets tight, so that's why you're going to use both hands and go and use the power of your muscles to make it just go nice and slow. I don't want you doing anything like that, because it's going to suddenly, boom, fall down, alright? So I don't want that. Okay, so there we go. And as you can see, she's moving down. Alright. Okay, so right now, the support is on those 2 support stands. If I don't need to go underneath here at all while I'm working today, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to turn this clockwise again and bring it up to touch that cross member, and just leave it there with a little weight on it. So now I have 1, 2, 3 points of contact on this vehicle to keep it up in the air safely. Alright, so that is how you put the vehicle up in the air. Okay, now taking it down, basically if you didn't have to take this out and you're just going to double check to make sure it's in the right spot still. Right, still in the right spot. Good. You're going to take it up. You're going to turn this clockwise all the way. Alright, so it's tight. Take it up. To take the weight off the support stands, you're going to make sure no one's around the vehicle. If you had the wheels off, make sure the wheels are back on and tight. There we go. I got it up off the support stands. I'm going to come over. I am not going to put any part of my body underneath except my hand and a bit of my arm, just to bring that down, pull it out, take it out of the way so no one steps on it. Same over here. I don't want to see your body underneath a vehicle when you're raising or lowering it. Okay, so now I'm making sure everyone's out of the way. There's nothing in the way, no tools left underneath, nothing that's going to be in the way. And I'm going to slowly let this down. Use both hands when you do it. Okay, counterclockwise. Put that speed. There we go. Just going down. Alright, take her down the rest of the way. Bring it out. And make sure you put your equipment, whatever you used, away properly, back over there, okay, for the next person to use. And that is how you use a floor jack to raise and lower a vehicle.